We all have ups and downs in our lives, but each day you can make a choice to keep surging forward. Welcome to the Surging Forward podcast. Hello, and welcome to the Surging Forward broadcast, where we're helping you to have a positive view in a negative world. My name is David Ballantyne, and I'm here to help you see the value in the job you do and how you can keep surging forward. Well, hello, and welcome to another great episode of the Surging Forward podcast. My name is Dave Ballantyne, and as we saw in the introduction, I guess, obviously, but I want to say thank you for being here today. I've got a really great episode today as I'm going to be sharing my story of basically just having a rough week. You know, we all have those ups and downs in our lives, and which is the title of this week's episode, number 48. Life is like the stock market. So stay tuned and listen for that as we talk about, I got this kind of inspiration from the show Forrest Gump, for those of you who haven't seen that. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for listening and for all your support. I've gotten a lot of emails and encouragement, and I'm going to be talking about that a little bit also, as we all encourage one another. We all have those little ups and downs in our lives. And also want to let you know, check us out on the surgingforward.com website. We do have all of your tradesman code update courses. If you're looking at starting your own business and you need to take your tradesman certification or your contractor certification, check us out. We now have that for all the states. And I want to really appreciate you guys getting the word out for us. I'm trying to get the word out nationwide. We've just expanded nationwide. We're located here in Virginia, wonderful Virginia Beach area, and the weather's been fairly decent. This is a 4th of July weekend, and so I want to say happy 4th for those of you that listen late, a little bit later. Well, happy 4th also. It's a great, we live in a great country, and we want to celebrate our independence. And those of you that are listening worldwide, I want to thank you also for, as we all strive to have that freedom in our jobs and our careers. And so thank you for all of your support as we've been listening. So check us out at surgingforward.com. Or if you're listening to this on YouTube, you can check out the podcast itself and a lot of your past episodes on iTunes for the Surging Forward podcast show. Or you can check us out at the website, just simply surgingforwardpodcast.com. So we tried to make it very simple there. And I definitely love the support that you're giving me. And if you want to get a hold of me, simply send me an email to dave@surgingforward.com. You can also find us on Facebook. So we're in a lot of different avenues there. Oh, by the way, a Twitter account also. That is at Surging Forward on the Twitter account. So check us out there also. And, we stay up to date. I'm trying to put a lot of information out. And again, free of charge. You can't beat free, guys. We're always talking about the training thing, and I hear that so much from the trades. But you've got to use the opportunities that are there, because that's what's going to help you to continue to keep surging forward. So I'm really excited about bringing this. It encourages me. It keeps me going in the field. School's been out now for about a week, but it seems like I haven't slowed down, or actually, I'm sorry, about a month now. And it seems like I haven't slowed down at all. I have so many things I want to try to get done this summer, get a lot of courses written. So your encouragement really helps me, and that's part of the reason for this week's podcast. So let me just jump right in as we talk about episode number 48. Life is like the stock market. We all remember the show Forrest Gump, as he sat there on the bench and he was talking to the lady about his life and how many ups and downs he had. If you haven't seen that movie, it's a really cool movie to check out. And you get a little bit of taste of history, but you're only seeing it from one man's view. And the way he talks, it's just fascinating as he just goes through his life. And as he looks at this lady, he just says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So I kind of adapted that. And with this past week, I've had so many aspirations of things that I want to get done. And I had all these goals and things happen. Well, during the month of February, or whatever like that, I kind of bit off a little more than I could chew. We started when we got a new roof on the house. Well, of course, that led to taking out this while we're doing it. Let's take out some windows in the back of the rec room. Um, okay, since we took out the windows, we got new siding on. Now we have to do drywall. We have to insulate, and it's like, oh, I can do it, no problem. Well, we all have jobs. We're working hard, and I work, 8, 10 hours a day. And I figured I could just get all this stuff done. Well, it takes time. And here we are in July, and we're still not done with that. So I'm at the point where I want to get it done. So I've been working harder to get it done. And last week, I just getting a little bit frustrated. I barely got the podcast out last week. I didn't get any of my training things done. And so I was constantly struggling managing my time. And then lo and behold, I'm sitting there as I finished up the podcast last week. Uh, my computer just started making this horrifying noise. And I'm like, really? I don't need this right now. I am so bogged down with time. And it was loud. So I'm trying to check out, see what the issue is. What's going on with this computer? Well, I checked everything out, and I know enough about computers to be dangerous. I've been learning a lot of this stuff and moving on with it. And of course, I've been around computers all my life. When we first had our first one, I can still remember that. But I have one of those love-hate relationships with computers. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that. I love the technology and what it can do. I think that is the coolest thing. But I get so frustrated when it doesn't do what I want it to do. And especially with this loud noise, I just could not manage that. So I finally troubleshot it. I got it down to the point, I thought it was my video card. My son blessed me with a wonderful video card to help me do some of these videos and some of the online courses I'm doing. And that wasn't it. I checked all my fans, like something's rattling, something's loose. I went through and tightened everything down. My computer's half apart, and I'm like, I'm not getting anything done. Plus, I'm working on the rec room. Plus, I'm going to work. So it's been a long week, and I just was getting bummed out, and I just like, forget it. Nobody really cares. I kind of went through a slow period where I wasn't getting that many emails, wasn't getting a whole lot of response on Facebook. It's like, you know what? Who's really listening out there? And my wife started encouraging me. She says, you are making a difference. Then all I did, nobody else knew this was going on, mind you. I got a call from one of my great students that was back from a while back. He's an electrician. He said, Dave, let me help you out with your rec room. I was like, how do you even know I was doing a rec room? Well, so-and-so told me. Okay, cool. So he volunteers to come over and help me finish doing the mudding and the sanding part. He's been coming over. So I want to say a shout out to Tom Bennett. Thanks for stepping in. You don't know how much that meant to me. Because again, I do a lot of positive talking and encouraging, and I'm constantly taking my time out to encourage others. But sometimes, it gets a little lonely sometimes at the top. You don't feel like you're getting that feedback and encouragement. Well, then I go back into my emails, and I had, about 10, 15 emails of guys saying, hey, thanks, Dave, for this. Thanks for that. And it's not that you like the little pat on the back. No, that's not what it's about. That is what gives me the encouragement to say, okay, there is a difference out there. And all of a sudden, the Facebook thing, I started getting a lot of, people saying, hey, thanks for helping me out to take that test. One of the things we're looking at starting actually here at Surging Forward is a one-on-one coaching for the code courses. If you might be interested in that, again, drop us an email. I don't care if you're from Florida, Virginia, California, wherever the case may be. If you're looking at taking your test and you need some one-on-one coaching, get a hold of me, because it's technology. We can do stuff right on Skype. We can FaceTime different things, and we can do it by video, and that's what's cool. And I'm looking at doing some one-on-one helping. I haven't put the price structure together yet. I haven't quite figured out how we're going to do it, but I'm doing one-on-one coaching anyway, but I just don't have the time to do it at the extent that I have been. I had a guy, Robert, he just called me up and he passed his test. He was so thrilled that he passed his electrical exam. And so, again, this is something I'm always been looking at doing. But again, when I got down, and that's what I'm saying, life is like the stock market. I always try to stay up on a peak, and I try to stay very positive and upbeat, things going on. But things happen in life. And guys, what, men and women, things happen. Life happens. But it doesn't mean you stay in that valley. When you look at the stock market, it's constantly jiggling back and forth. It goes up, down, and it can even have a slide where it's riding right on up. But all of a sudden, boom, it'll have a big drop. That's how life really is. Your life does not constantly have to be successful all the time. I look at the stuff on the news today where people are stressed out. There's just all kinds of stuff. And we don't live in a utopia Star Trek world where life is good and all you do is have the bad guys coming at us all the time and we win all the wars. That doesn't happen. That's not reality. We have to continue to keep trudging and fighting forward. And when I say fighting forward, that's using the tools that are available to you. Uh, like I said, I've talked about it in the past. There's lots of great podcasts out there. And I've put myself out there as available. And some of y'all have taken me up on it. Drop me an email. If you have an issue, a job issue, it doesn't have to be code related, electrical related. You might have a life issue. Well, hey, I'll talk about it with you. We can talk, back and forth. And at this time, I'm still doing it pro bono on my time. So again, I'm here to help you guys out. Sometimes you just need another face to bounce something off of. It's not that I have the answers. By no means. I don't have all the answers. If anybody ever tells you they do have all the answers, well, you might want to second guess because only you have the answer for your life and what you and your dreams want to achieve. And you can achieve those goals, but you have to set your priorities. Now, my goal is to be able to help others and to become successful doing that. I want to be a good instructor. I want to be a better instructor. Now, there's lots of instructors out there, and I really hope that some of my peers are actually listening to this. Um, there's one of the guys on Facebook, Ryan Jackson. Great guy. He's constantly putting stuff in on there and saying some of the cool stuff on Facebook. And really, he doesn't bash the guys. He's constantly just saying, hey, this is what this means. Because we all come from different backgrounds. And it's the mentorship. I've already seen him as a great mentor. Haven't met him, haven't talked to him. I've just seen him on Facebook and made a couple comments back and forth. And just from listening to the little things that he says, he's a man that I can see that I could admire. And so it's that positive point where we're encouraged. And so I just want to say thanks to him for some of his posts that he's putting out there on Facebook and some of the groups there. It's a matter of all of us trying to help one another. We all have strengths and weaknesses. We're all going to get to the point we have a peak. If you've been in a valley for a long time, my friend, your time's coming. You keep pushing forward. Thus the name surging forward. How do you keep surging forward? That's the big question. Well, my dog died. My wife's sick. You got that dreaded word cancer going on everywhere. I can't keep my job. I'm working hard. I don't know. Every time I turn around, I'm hitting a dead end. My friend, that's where you keep pushing through. You will come through on the other side. But see, only you can do it. And people will step forward. People that see you fighting and moving forward, they will step in to help you. And I just thought it was just very encouraging to me because I didn't even tell anybody how bummed out I was. But that's how kind of life happens. That's how our maker, how God works things out sometimes. And I'm not going to get caught up in religion and different things like that. But you need to search for that higher power. It's a relationship. It's not really a religion. But when that point comes out sometimes, it's that deep down encouragement that you get that you don't know where it came from. And that's all I'm saying, my friends. And so when all of that came to pass, it was like, wow. All right, this is why I do what I do. And you get the rewards from a different way. It's not always monetary either. So just keep the faith, keep pushing forward. And I'm always here for an encouraging word. I'm sure there's people around you that you can share your issues with encouraging words. Um, if you look me up on Facebook, you can look up the Surging Forward page. Simply look this up at Facebook / Surging Forward. You'll see our page there. And we have a lot of encouraging words on there. And I do a lot of encouraging words on Twitter. I'm probably not on Twitter as much as I should be, but just to get those encouraging words. But it's not just from me. There's plenty of other places where you can get that encouraging word. And sometimes we live in such a world of negativity going on. I was watching the news this morning, and I'm looking at almost 80% of the stuff on there had a negative overtone. Whether it was negative towards the president, whether it was negative towards other people, whether it was negative towards the police, whether it was negative to somebody else, a gunshot or something happened. It was all negative. And finally, at the very end, they did one little snippet of something that happened. Even the movie stars were getting stuff that's all negative, so and so is doing that, so and so is doing this. But we get bombarded with this negative attitude. So where are you going to get your encouraging word? Because in order for you to go up, it's just like the stock market. In order for that stock to move up, it's got to have some positive news. In order for you to keep surging up and to start moving forward and to start getting a little bit higher, you've got to have some encouraging words. Now, again, it doesn't mean life's not going to happen and you're going to get a drop. It will happen. You will get drops. You will hit roadblocks in life. Go back and go listen to the podcast, A Fork in the Road. We're going to come to areas in the road where we got to make a decision. And sometimes we make the wrong decision and we can't go back. So we have to deal with the cards that we have. But we can continue to take those cards and you can make it better. Okay? You can take things that are not so good and you can make it into something great. It's just like making lemonade out of lemons. We talk about getting a lemon. It's not a good thing. The car doesn't work, but you can turn around and make it a good thing because maybe you can fix it enough to bless somebody with it. Who knows? Things can all work out for the good, but you have to take that initiative and that choice. I can't do it for you. You have to make the decision to call. You have to make the decision to go to surgingforward.com page. You have to make the decision to listen to this podcast. You have to make the decision to share this podcast with a friend. Let somebody else know. Subscribe to our YouTube videos. They come out once a week where you just sit down and listen to them whenever you want. I'm really hoping to build up my subscription. If you like this video, let others know. And subscribe right there on the subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Because we're really trying to get the word out. I mean, we're doing pretty good. I can kind of see we got a couple people listening in Japan. So I want to say welcome to the Japan listeners. And those of you listening in Australia, hey, fantastic. I see some of the graphics. I don't see the whole deal on it. But fantastic. And we're all one in our careers. The one thing we all have related is that we're working towards freedom. Whether it's in a trade or whether it's in your career. We all are working in this world called life. Life is about all of us coming together and doing what's best. It's about helping out another person. It's about saying a kind word to somebody. We get so caught up in ourselves and the frustrations that we feel because we're not getting done what we need to get done. And we forget to count the blessings that we have. There's so many things. We have a roof over our head. And if you don't have a roof over your head right now and you're listening to this, my friends, there's ways to get through that. Just keep pushing forward. And it can happen. But we have to take those steps. We're the one, I'm the one that had to take the step to keep pushing forward. Even though I didn't ask anybody or anything like that, and I probably should have. Some of that's my pride setting it away. And I got faults. I got a lot of pride. But I'm working on that. I'm trying to get to where I don't have as much pride on asking people for help. I'm one of those, I have a hard time even charging people for things. So I could use your help in that. If coaching on the code courses would be great, I would love to get some emails from you guys on how much you think I should charge an hour. I don't know, $10, $25, $50, $100, $200. I don't know. Let me know what you'd be willing to pay. And I'm one of those also. I'm going to definitely offer a guarantee. If you don't pass your test, I will keep coaching you until you pass your test without charging anymore. So whatever the cost may be, just let me know. I'd love to hear some recommendations from some of you guys out there, and that would really kind of help me out if it's something you'd be interested in. So I want to thank you again for the encouragement to help me keep doing this podcast. And it also is encouraging to know that it is making a difference out there in somebody's life. And pass it on. I just, whatever I can do to help you in your trade, in your career, whether it's HVAC, plumbing, any kind of contracting trade. And let me know what kind of courses or what you would like to hear from me. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I want to thank you for all that you've done. Again, check us out at www.surgingforward.com. Also, too, if you're looking for some tools, the Tool Barn, we have a thing on the site there. Great tools that you can get there. We do have a little bit of affiliate there. It kind of helps me pay for some of the technological, the microphone here and the camera and fixing my computer there that had the issues. But check us out there. Also, too, Mike Holt. He has a lot of great stuff out there. I'm getting ready to be doing a course, as a matter of fact, in Norfolk, July 25th. I'll be doing an 8-hour code class, actually. I'll be using Mike Holt's materials. And so kind of looking forward to that. A lot of electrical engineers, different planners, architects, people that need to stay updated with the code. So I'm going to be teaching that pretty soon. But again, I want to say thanks for everything that you guys have done for me. And that's from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the responses. Keep the emails coming in. That is a great encouragement. Or send me an email or a DM, whatever they call it, direct messaging on Facebook. Love to hear from that. Look me up on Facebook. You'll see me. I'm the guy with the headphones. I've got the headphones. I think I have them right here. Here we go. Not use them as much anymore, but I got the headphones on, and you'll see my picture on Facebook. Just look up David Valentine or Dave Valentine. I think I'm under. So I know there's quite a few David Valentines out there. But if you look up Surging Forward, definitely you'll see me there. So stay encouraged, stay positive, and just remember, you will have valleys. And they may stay in that valley for a while, but you will have peaks. And enjoy those peaks, because when you get at that peak, you can look around and say, wow, I have truly been blessed. So when you're in the peaks, enjoy what you have. When you get in the valleys, just know that you're still blessed, because there is probably somebody that's a lot worse off than you are. So just hang in there. Stay encouraged. Hey, my friends, as always, stay safe and keep surging forward. God bless. Have a great week.